Hey, this is Cheyenne's Good Fortune, back today again with a video. No, it's not a pick a card reading video. I may do a pick a card reading video sometime this week or next week. I have a little bit more time on my hands next week, so I may do that. I'm thinking about what type of video I want to do, but this is very important, this particular video. This is called Light Workers, It's Time to Stand Up. So there's been a lot of things going on in my life and in other people's lives lately. And my vibration has risen quite high. And I've had to change my diet because Spirit told me I'm holding so much light, that's what they call it, or high vibrational energy, that my body cannot sustain itself eating a regular diet. So I've been doing juice fasting, and literally when I eat solid foods, I get like super bloated and full, and like I have to like juice all the time. I know this sounds weird, and I can function just off of juice at this point. And I'm gonna do like a 40-day juice fast. But I'm saying all this to say that I am quite high vibrational. So because of this, I've had a lot of people trying to take me down, trying to destroy my character. And I haven't even told you guys the half of it, but we're gonna go into some of it in this video. But this is not just about me, this is about you guys too. Because if you're watching my videos, you probably resonate with me and you probably are high vibrational. And let me tell you something. Being high vibrational does not mean cowering down, letting people bully you, run all over you, talk to you any kind of way. Because see, this is part of the reason why this world is the way it is, because we turn a blind eye to evil. Yeah, you heard me. We turn a blind eye to evil. We don't stand up, you know, because we're high vibration. We want everyone to get along. That doesn't work with these type of people. Okay, you got to stand up. They got to know who not to mess with. If we all stood together and when we see somebody who's deceptive and evil, if we was to confront them and not let them get away with it, they will soon stand down. Okay, but we allow evil to roam, and we have to take responsibility for our part in this, because when you don't stand up to it, you are being complacent and you're giving the okay for their behavior. Did you know that? When you don't stand up to a bully, when you don't stand up for what's right, you're saying that behavior and what they're doing is okay. Right? So, let me get on with the video. So, there's been, I'm bringing this up because I have been initiated. And I know you're saying, what do you mean? So, since I was a little girl, I've always been very quiet, shy. I had always had a problem with speaking up for myself. I did not like confrontation, and Spirit said I did not like confrontation, and I wanted to fit in and be loved by people. I wanted to belong. So a lot of times I wouldn't confront people, but that has changed. As I have matured, I've gotten more and more outspoken. All right. And now people see me as more hostile. That's why this card is here. They see me more aggressive now because I speak up for myself, and they don't like that. But I got initiated like last week. So to make a long story short, I have been working 2 jobs, and the second job ended last week and they had a party. So what I did was, it was 2 people I wanted to confront. One was a major bully. Like, out of all the people I've met in my entire life, she's in the top 5 of nasty, mean-spirited people. She's so mean-spirited that another coworker refused to work with her. She was that mean to her. So I decided, we had a party. And I ended up quitting 2 days before the party because I didn't want to, because I had worked with her, and it was a horrible experience. So I didn't confront her because I figured that was my last day working with her. I'll let it go. But I said, no. See, this is why she's ran off multiple people. And so it's time for people to stand up to these bullies. So I waited outside of the job, and she pulled up before the other person pulled up. And she pulled up. I hopped out the car on her. She didn't know I was coming to confront her. And I called her name. I said, her name is Jennifer. I said, Jennifer. And she said, oh, what did I do? And I said, you did a lot of shit. I said, you did a lot of shit. This is exactly how I'm talking to her. I walked up to her, and after I got done chewing her out, you know what she said to me? She said, I don't want any problems. She said, I don't want any problems. This is our last day. I don't want any problems. And she looked scared. She looked like she was about to cry. Her feelings got hurt. I hated to do that to her, but it had to be done. I told her nobody liked working with her. I told her she was a bully, bossing people around. I told her a lot of, that don't sound that harsh, but I said a lot of stuff that I didn't even curse at her. She actually cursed another coworker. I said, Jennifer, not Jennifer, let's say the other girl's name, Kim. I said, Kim told me that you cursed at her. She said, well, I told her to get her ass up. I said, that's not how you talk to people. I said, I said, am I cursing at you? Am I talking to you with respect? I said, that's not how you talk to people. And it was like I was the adult chastising the child. And I hate to have to do that to her. And I seen her face, her demeanor, and she was sad. And it hurt me that I had to do that, but she had to be put in her fucking place. All right. The next person, she went on about her, but she said, she said, I don't want no problems with you. I'm not trying to fight you, because I was ready to physically fight her. She walked off. Got in my car. The next coworker pulled up with her girlfriend, because they worked together. Me and her's talking. Her girlfriend walks off. Now her girlfriend is very masculine, but I don't care about none of that. So her girlfriend walks off, but she's watching me and her. That was her fiance talking. So she tried to, get out the confrontation and everything. She handled it like a lady, but I can see that, she said, well, that's my fiance. And my thing was, what does it have to do with me? That's your fiance. She's a woman like me. If me and her get into a fight, it can go either way. You know what I mean? So I'm bringing this up because sometimes you guys, I know we all need money. But at these jobs, people misuse their authority, they're disrespectful, and they like to take out what they do is they don't talk to the supervisor like trash. They talk to their coworkers like trash because you don't have no authority over them. And see, that's going to start right now. I at this point, and this is and last week, that's when I got initiated. That's when I put aside that, people pleasing. I put aside that not wanting to confront people. No, that's over with from here on out. It's a new day. All right. And I've been getting back-to-back confrontations. Hold on. So the next batch, and this is very important, something that just happened here. This is very major. And I'm bringing this up because I want to tell you guys, do not stand down to evil. When you stand down to evil, you're saying their behavior is okay. This is why these people do these things, because you won't stand up. Confrontation, I don't like it. Okay. Because when I confront somebody, normally I'm angry, and guys, emotions are real. You can feel them. So when I feel anger, I can feel it growing up inside of me, and it makes me physically ill. So that's why I try not to hold a lot of anger in my body. But unfortunately, when I'm confronting people, I have to hold a certain amount of anger in my body to confront them, because other than that, I'm very high vibrational and peaceful. So normally I won't confront them because I'm not in the mood for a confrontation. But unfortunately, I have to hold a certain amount of anger inside of me to deal with these individuals, because they're filled with anger and hate. I'm not. So I gotta, but when I hold on to a lot of anger, it makes me physically ill. But unfortunately, this is what I have to hold on to, a level of anger in order to deal with these people, because me not standing up to them, and I'm not saying you guys let people walk all over you, but just if you got issues with this, if you don't stand up to them, they're going to keep doing this. Okay. And that's your way. If you don't stand up to them, that's like you're saying it's okay what they're doing. Let's talk about people who misuse their authority. Give me a second. I had an incident this week at work, very disturbing. I don't know why this person did this, but I had to pull out the big guns on them. So I have a new supervisor. She's been supervising for a couple months because the other supervisor quit. And me and her was getting along. Everything was fine. Some things transpired at the job. People leaving early. The company's foul. Basically, they don't have enough workers, and a lot of us have to do overtime. But we've been asking them to hire more people, but they won't hire more people. So the people that are there, we're getting overworked. So that's the short story of it. So we have a new supervisor. Mind you, we work in a lab, open environment. We sit at stations. I'm the only one that's doing what we're doing that has like a desk. Like off in a corner, I have like a desk and like shelves and a cabinet. Everyone else doesn't have a desk. They just have like a little station they sit at with a computer. And then the supervisor, she has an office. In her office, she has they moved her office. So the new office she has is right by us. It has her nice big desk. She has her computer. She has a couch. She actually has a treadmill in there. Okay, where she walks sometime while she's working. So, I mean, life seems good for her, right? So, keep that in mind. Keep in mind my working conditions and hers, all right? And that she makes more money than me. Keep all this in mind. So, one day people left early. Not early, they left one time, but they did not do overtime, basically. Because people are just fed up with the company and the job. So, me and another coworker stayed 2 hours over. and the supervisor did to get the work done. In addition, the supervisor had to train some of the laboratory techs. We're laboratory techs, but we don't do testing. She had to get the testers to come over and to help. So follow what I'm saying here. So she was very upset because she's very selfish. She's seen a lot of problems at the company. I went to her with these issues, and she can see there's a problem, but if it doesn't directly affect her, she doesn't care. Because I found out she's a master manipulator and she's a very bad person. So after this, she got very mad, very upset. And we had a meeting we have a meeting every Thursday. We had a meeting, and in the meeting I spoke up because they put us on a quota. And so what they're trying to do is overwork us to make it to where we don't have to do overtime. They told us that they did not want us to do overtime. But yet it's not enough people working there, and we still end up doing overtime. So I'm confused. We're all confused. So they decide to put us on a quota to make us work harder and faster the hours that we're there. Does that make sense? Which you can do that all you want to. You don't have enough damn people. We're short-staffed. So I spoke up during the meeting because I was trying to clarify some stuff. So then she jumped in and she brought up Tuesday. See, she don't care about how we're being overworked and how people are not being fair. She knows everything that's going on. She would never step in when it doesn't affect her. But Tuesday, she had to stay over because she kept saying, I had to stay over to 7 o'clock. So she kept saying that. So she was enraged. So she had went to HR. HR was on in the meeting with us. Higher ups. I mean, she was pissed. So I spoke up during the meeting. I just had a question. And she said, well, no. She said Tuesday, she said that I said, well, I normally, some of the samples are called PGX, and I normally do those. And I said, well, no, I do the PGX. And she said, no, that day I did the PGX. And I got quiet. I'm like, yeah, she did do the PGX that day. So I didn't say nothing else. So she said, everybody stayed but Kim. That's the girl's name. My coworker is named Kim. Now, Kim is the female I mentioned in a previous video, the Black American female that tried to sabotage my business, was planning on, been talking about me behind my back, basically got it out for me. So me and Kim stayed over with the supervisor, and they went in and brought in some other techs. Our other co-workers left because they just left. They do whatever they want to do, right? And they fed up with the company. So the supervisor gets upset. So when I was talking to her on the meeting, man, it's just like 12 people in this meeting. This is through Teams. So I say, yeah, she says that Kim stayed, but the rest of you guys left. I said, wait a minute. I said, I stayed that day. She said, no, when you left, it was still work left on the table. So we have bins of samples that we sit on the table, and we just go get the samples and bring it to our station. So I got quiet because I said, wait a minute. Because, the meeting was a couple days later. This incident happened Tuesday. So I knew I stayed, but I didn't want to misquote in the meeting. I didn't want to say she's a liar because I wasn't sure. So I let her get away with that. And I just got quiet. So she said, no, it was still work on the table. And I said, oh, it was? I said, if it was, it had to be tox because they haven't trained me on toxicology, right? I said, it had to be tox because I said, I do what I can. I said, but I don't know how to do tox. So then the higher ups jump in and say, well, we need to get her trained on tox. And then let's say my supervisor is named Kimber. No, I keep saying Kim. I keep saying Jennifer. Let's say her name is Amy. So then Amy, the supervisor, says, I'm not going to train. We're switching from one program to another. So she said, I'm not going to train her on tox now because in September we're gonna switch programs anyway, so I might as well wait. Well, she's been dragging her feet. People have been complaining to her about me not knowing how to do tox, and she don't want to train me on it. The supervisor before her didn't want to train me on it because they don't have time, they're lazy, and they got other stuff to do because we're short staffed. So she lied on me in the meeting, right? So after the meeting, I'm pissed. And let me tell you something about me. You're not going to lie on me. I knew she was lying, but I needed evidence. I needed evidence. So, guys, you know what I did? I went to HR. HR was the person over HR. He was in the meeting. I went to HR. I talked to him for we talked for about 30 minutes. Of course, he was trying to be on her side, And I said to him, this is what I did, you guys. I said, she said that I left work on the table Tuesday and that Kim was the only one there. I said, is there cameras in the laboratory? He said, yeah. I said, I'm asking you this because I said, could you please pull the camera footage for Tuesday evening to see was there any work left when I left? He said, now where? He said, okay, the angle of the camera, he says, where would you like me to view this footage from? He says, I said, the table, it's the two big black tables. I said, can you see the footage on that? He said, around what time? I said, between 5 and 6. Can you see if there's any more samples? And we put the samples in bins and we sit them on a table. I said, is there any more samples in the bins on that table around that time? Can you let me know? 5. He said, sure. He said, I'm going to look. We hung up the phone. He texted me back 10 minutes later. He says, at 5:20 on Tuesday, the last bin was taken off the table and the rest of the bins were empty and stacked. I said, thank you. I checked my time on Tuesday. I left at 5:55. I texted him. I said, I need to talk to, I said, I'm going to talk to Amy tomorrow. I said, because I just checked my time. I left at 5:55. The last bin was taken at 5:20. So that means when I left, there was no more work on the table to do. I said, so she said that in the meeting. That was not true. And I knew it wasn't true. She said that everyone left but Kim. That's not true. I said, I stayed until the work was done. I said, she did not give me credit for that in the meeting. And what she said wasn't true. And I said, thank you for finding the footage. He said, no problem. He said, you're correct. You know, basically he said, he said, yes, you're correct. He was like, when you left, there was no work left. And I said, I'm going to talk to her about it. So the next day I come into work, I tried to talk to her. I came into her office. I knocked on her door. Her door was closed, and she was on the phone. So she said, I said, okay, when you got the phone, we can talk. And I waited like 10 or 15 minutes, and I walked around the corner, and I seen she was talking to other coworkers. Normally, if I come in her office and, she's busy, she'll come out, and then when she's available, she'll ask me, what do I need? But she didn't. So then I emailed her. I said, when can we talk? She says, oh, we can talk before the day is out. And I'm like, wait a minute. It was like 9 o'clock. Why are you going to make me wait till 4 or 5 o'clock to talk to you? Everybody else is coming out your office. So I said, oh, she's playing games. She don't want to talk to me. All right. So I waited 30 minutes, and she was in her office by herself, and I walked in her office. I said, can we talk now? She says, is this about the samples? Is this about work? She said it with an attitude. So basically, she didn't want to talk about me exposing her, going to HR, pulling the footage to show that she lied on me. I said, no, it's not about the samples. I said, it's about what I talked to Thomas about. Let's call his name Thomas. That's the guy in HR. That's HR. She said, okay, we can talk about it. She kept looking at her computer like she was so busy, and she's just looking at me. So I told her, I said, he pulled the footage. She said, I know. She said, the moment he hung up the phone with you, he called me, and we looked at the footage, and she was like, yeah, when you left, it wasn't any work. And then she kind of tried to deflect, and she said, no, you're right. You and Kim, you both were there. You both are hard workers, and you both still stayed. And it looked like it killed her to give me a apology. And I said, that's fine. I just wanted credit. So after that, she's starting to target me. So I was sitting at my desk, minding my business. She comes over there, and she's going through my paperwork. Like, she's never went through my paperwork before. She literally goes through my paperwork. So she's standing behind me, and it's making me uncomfortable. And so she said, oh, I need to show you something, and that's why I'm going to get paperwork. I said, fine. I really don't care. And then she said, let me show you this. I said, well, hold on a second. I did her the same way she did me. I said, wait a second. Let me finish doing this sample. Made her wait a couple seconds. Then I said, what's the problem? She was like, oh, you did this wrong, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. I said, is that the error? I said, have I made this error before? And then she said no or something. But it's something that she said that was telling. She said to me, I was QCing your paperwork. That means, she was looking over to make sure it didn't have any errors. Mind you, she's never QC'd anybody's paperwork. She don't have time. This woman is pretty busy. And this was like around 1 o'clock, between noon and 1. We QC our paperwork basically once we're done doing our samples at the end of the day. All right. When all the work is done. She's doing this in the midday. Like, why are you? And then I almost caught her in another lie, because she said, She said, I was QCing your paperwork. She said, oh, and everybody else's too. She hurried up and added that. Because, of course, if she's just QCing my paperwork, the question is, why are you just going over my paperwork to find an error? And why are you doing it? And why are you doing it this early in the day? Why are you targeting me just looking over my paperwork, but you're not looking over everybody else's paperwork? All right? So she hurried up and said, I was looking over your paperwork. She said, oh, and everybody else's too. No, she wasn't. She was just looking over my paperwork because she wanted to find an error. So Spirit told me basically she wanted to get a rise out of me. She wanted to see if I have errors to make me upset. So she wasn't aggressive because she's a manipulator. They told me she's a master manipulator. She's tricky and to stay away from her. Then she got it out for me because, hear this out, guys. That Spirit told me that she's jealous of me. She sees me as competition and that she sees that I have the potential to move up in the company. So they said it's an internal thing with her. That internally she feels jealousy towards me. Now this woman feels jealousy towards me. It's internal. And so they said that she decided she wanted to be a blockage for me. Out of nowhere, y'all. She decided that she wants to be a blockage for me. Right? And that she intentionally lied on me in the meeting because she wanted to make me look bad towards she wanted to make me look bad in front of the higher ups. Because mind you, this meeting is HR, the higher ups. She wanted me to look bad in front of them. That's why she lied on me. Okay? She lied on me. And she thought I was going to let it go because, she's my supervisor. But I'm not letting it go. Look at that card. I'm not letting it go. See, when you let stuff like this go, this continues and they bully people and they make your life hell. I'm not letting it go. She went extreme, so I'm going extreme. You're not going to lie on me in a meeting and make me look bad? And they have camera footage to prove it? So HR knows that she's a liar. I got them to pull the footage. So now because I proved her to be a liar, now she's going through my paperwork. Now she's targeting me. It's a no-win situation for me. I'm not allowing disrespect no more. I don't care who you are. And this is why these people get to do this. So they said she's a master manipulator. They said she wants to make it to the top. And so her strategy is to take people out. So they said she's seen that I have the potential to move up because I have a good work ethic. I have a good work ethic, and so she sees I have a potential to move up. So her strategy was to take me out, and that's to lie on me. And they said she was shocked and amazed that they said she thought I was just going to come to her with the issue. But they was shocked. They said that she's shocked, and she was very shocked that I went to HR and got the camera footage. And after this, she looked at this as a tower moment. She's sad about it and depressed. Excuse my language, she shouldn't have fucked with me. I'm the wrong one. Look at this card. I'm the wrong one. I'm the right one. Come to me with it. I have to find me another job, baby. Come to me with it, because I'm not tolerating it. All right? No more. You're not going to, how do I get penalized for being a good worker? So this has been happening to me job after job, y'all. I haven't been saying this on YouTube. I mean, literally, constantly being targeted. I'm talking about these people going through extreme measures to take me out. Literally, now she's lying on me, lied on me in front of higher ups, HR. I shouldn't have had to go to this extreme and get the camera footage to prove that she lied on me. And this is my supervisor doing this to me. And now, this is what's weird about this whole thing. I just told y'all in the beginning of this video that she has a nice office, a treadmill, that she needs to use more, a couch, a table. And I told y'all my living conditions there. So she makes more money than me. So why would she see me as a threat? It makes no sense. Why am I a threat when you have more authority and more power than me and more money than me? This makes no sense. But they say she sees my potential. And she feels I will be her competitor in the future. That I may make it, I may move up in the company, and she got to take me out. She was very upset the next day. Very upset. But now she knows who she's dealing with. All right. And Spirit told me to let it go now because it's going to get bad for me. They said, she already apologized. Because if I keep fighting her, then it's going to make it sound like I'm the bad person. And they're going to side with her. So Spirit told me to let it go. I proved my point. I got the camera footage. HR knows she lied on me. Let it go. So I'm letting it go. All right. Mind you, this is the same job. Now, this female is not African. She's not black. All right. And this doesn't hurt me because, like I said, this has happened to me multiple times. the issue with the Black American female, what I have learned, and now I have mastered that, and I don't have that bias no more. I assumed that Black American females will all, have my back, and I had a soft spot for them. Non-Black women normally don't want to hang out with me. They don't ask me personal questions. They don't give a damn about me like that. It's only been one non-Black woman who's actually asked me to hang out with her outside of work. One. Every other woman has been Black American. So because of that, and Black American women seem to want to befriend me and I want to befriend them, I always had a soft spot for them. And so when they stabbed me in the back, it would hurt. And I would let them into my world. But I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going based upon energy from here on out. I'm not doing, I don't care. Y'all got to understand, even when I get on camera, when you see me, what you see is not what you get. That's just my physicality. Who I am is the spirit inside this body that's animating this body. That's who I am. And y'all gotta understand, when you see a person, regardless of race, gender, sexuality, that's all it is a physical. But who they really are is inside of that body. So bad people come in all races, shapes, sizes, genders. Y'all gotta understand that. So I don't have a certain bias towards a non-Black person. Meaning her not being Black, honestly, her trying to take me out, I'm not shocked by that. Because my experience, I'm just gonna tell you how this goes. When it comes to the people that try to get me fired from jobs and make it to where I can't move up in a company is 99% of the time a female. The ones that try to get me fired and be the most vicious are Black American females. When it comes, the ones who have came at me like that have been Black American females that have been the most vicious, and they normally when I start a job, they try to take me out automatically. I'll try to get me fired right away, right? Now, if it's a non-Black woman, like my supervisor, she's white, okay, and it don't matter, like if not just non-Black, it could be Asian, Hispanic, white, whatever, but she's white. Normally, what they do is, if they got a problem with me, they try to make me seem incompetent. Like they don't want me to get fired. They want me to get fired, but it's not. They're not really trying to get me fired. Their motive is they don't want me to move up in a company and have a higher position in them. Now, I've noticed that. So if it's a non-Black female, it's normally she's trying to make me feel incompetent, and she tries to like embarrass me, like in front of higher ups or management, try to make it like I'm not good enough or I'm not competent, that I can't do the job because I can do the job very well, and they got to take me out. They don't want me to have a higher position in them or to outsmart them, or they do not want me to move up in a company, period. If it's a Black American female, normally she just wants me fired. She don't want me to, she don't even want to have to come in the office to see my face. She wants me fired immediately. Okay, I'm telling you that this is the different strategies they use. And the Black American female, she seems like more invested, kind of. On the non-Black female, like I said, it's mainly females that try to get me fired. Don't want me to move up. It's honestly been all females. Maybe one male did that. Spirit also told me when it comes to these jobs, they said, I have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. They said it's deceptive, evil people pretty much at every job. And that I can't keep running from job to job to get away from these people. They said you got to stand in it. They're there. They're not going nowhere. I keep telling y'all, this is a deceptive realm. It's good and bad people here, and the bad people mixed in with the good ones. So there's no escaping these people. So you just got to stand up to them and stand your ground. I'm telling you that right now because they said, Spirit told me I'm going to encounter this at every job. I can't escape it. They said because it's bad people in the world and there's nothing I can do about it. So they said you can go to another job. They said they're going to be there. They said you can go to another job. They're going to be there. There ain't no escaping it. The Spirit also told me that when there's a lot of women at a job, I'm going to have problems because when I start a job, if they like a dude there, they're assuming that, I'm going to talk to him. He going to like me. See, this is why I have my side business, and I've been working even harder at my side business because I don't want to be part of this. I don't have to go to a job and look for a dude. I'm a female. Men approach me all the time. Every woman gets approached all the time. So like finding a dude, I've only like almost dated one dude at a job I've worked in my entire life. I like to find men out in the world, not at jobs. I don't even want to I don't like 9-to-5 jobs. I don't want to be there anyway. So I'm not looking for a boyfriend at a job. If it happens, it happens. But I don't use the job as a personal dating service. So I'm not there for a man. I'm there. I don't even want to be there. I'm just there for a check. So I'm not coming there looking for love. All right. But some of these females and males be coming to these jobs looking to get laid, looking to jump in the bed with their coworkers. And so then when I start a job, then the females thinking that the dude gonna like me, and now it's this jealousy. I'm tired of it. But there's no escaping it. So now I'm just handling business, baby. So now she's targeting me. It's all good, but I'm trying to tell you, light workers, that when you stand down and you let these people mistreat you because you want peace, you can't have peace with a chaotic person. These people are not mentally well. They're insane. I'm telling you, they're filled with negative emotions like jealousy, envy, hatred, competitiveness. Competitiveness can be a negative emotion, you guys, because this woman has a higher position than me. She has more money than me. She has a nice cushy office. I don't even have that. So why does she see me as a threat? Why does she see me as somebody she got to take down? They told me this woman, my supervisor, who's making more money than me, who has an office, who's respected in the company, wants to take me out and is jealous of me because she sees my potential, and she sees that I can move up in a company, and that in the future she sees that I could be her competitor. So she want to take me out now. It's crazy. So like I said, she's non-black, but then the black female who I was really hurt by was going around spreading talking about me behind my back, spreading gossip, trying to infiltrate my business, to sabotage it. Wanted to be my administrative assistant so she could steal my idea. Then when I did not allow her to do this, she started acting a fool. She's still acting a fool towards me. Now she's trying to be my friend again. She won't leave me alone. Another thing I didn't tell you guys in the last video about that black American female. Do y'all know one day she came up to me and she says, I'm a painter. And she said, I painted this picture last year and it looks like you. She showed me a picture on her phone of I think it was on her phone, of a black woman. She had brown skin. She had big curly hair. She said, she looks like you and her hair reminds me of you. And I looked at her like, huh? First of all, how do I know you made that, you painted that a year ago? How I know you didn't see me at work and you got some type of obsession with me and then you painted this picture recently? Like, how I don't know that? I've never met a heterosexual female walk up to me and say, I painted something and it looks just like you. See, from the beginning, she was acting weird. She kept trying to get me to hang out her side of work. She kept doing weird stuff, trying to get me to come to her house. Then she said she painted a picture and it looks just like me, and just this. And then like she would be staring at me and worrying about how I dress, saying I dress like I should work in an office. Why you worry about how I'm dressed? Then she said, oh, do you work out? Looking all at my body. And Spirit told me something else about her, and this gonna shock y'all. But Spirit told me that not only did she plan on sabotaging my business, and if I allowed her to be my administrative assistant, she would have stole my idea. A man kept coming up in her reading in regards to me, and I'm thinking she was planning something perverted, y'all. I know some stuff about her that she told me. She's a master manipulator. I think she was trying to recruit somebody to do something with this dude sexually, and that's all I'm gonna say on YouTube. And that she had plans for me. I'm telling you that right now. What she don't understand is I'm psychic. You're not gonna play these weird games with me, because I know she's already degenerate, because she told me she lived in Vegas for a while, and allegedly she was in a casino, and a man came up to her and asked her how much, and she told me that that prostitution's legal down there or something. And then she told me that it was a guy she was dating, that he was selling drugs, and she was taking him down to the strip, but she didn't know he was a drug dealer, and she was taking him to the strip and dropping him off. No, see, she's a lie. No, she's very manipulative. She's not a good person. They already told me she's not a good person. All right. And she's proven this. Okay. So it's a man she's dealing with. And they told me she showed him a picture of me. And I asked her, what picture? So I'm like, how does she have a picture of me? And basically, when she wanted to purchase a reading from me, I sent her first to see my Etsy store so she could see my verified reviews. And under my store is a picture of me. One of the it's like a tip. One of the listings have you can give me a tip, and I have a picture of myself there. And there's like a cartoon type picture of me on there. And then if you go through it, you can find my YouTube channel and all that. So she got a picture of me. And they said that she showed that picture to it's a dude she messing around with. This is the same. Remember I told y'all too that she was gonna steal my idea and let somebody else. And I said it could be a man. Let a man. That's probably the same dude she messing around with. Okay. Now she's back bothering me. I've asked this part. I'm staying away from her. Spirit told me stay. Oh, I'm staying away from her. Now she came over to me again, trying to talk to me again. No. Please stay away from me. You're a very bad person. So I got to deal with her. Because that did hurt because, it's supposed to be a sisterhood, but it ain't no sisterhood. Us both being black females, that don't mean nothing. Now I got to deal with my supervisor seeing me as a threat when I ain't did nothing to her. But like I said, it's a new day. These people, I'm not putting up with it no more. These people getting obsessed with me, trying to get me fired from jobs. Then I work a job, trying to make me seem incompetent. My supervisor just straight lied on me in a meeting. I shouldn't have had to get footage from HR to prove that she was lying on me. Ridiculous. And Spirit told me, it's going to always be like this for me. It's going to always be like this for me, like no matter where I go. But see, when you let these people do this, you're complacent. It's time to stand up, light workers. Do not let people railroad you, bully you, and mistreat you. This is why they continue to do that. Stand in your power.